upgrades needed in Sector Wars. Play Astro Blaster.
If you destroy my city,
Intruder alert. The intruder must not escape.
Dragon's Lair, the fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight.
you will be taken into space tunnel.
Get set.
Paperboy, he doesn't write the news, he just delivers it.
Money! Big prizes! I love it!
Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Zing Zing Zip. Silly name for a game. But this is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up created by a company called Allumer and licensed to Tecmo in 1992. And Allumer was best known as the creator of a game called Gladiator in 1986, which was licensed to Taito. And this is a 1 or 2 player simultaneous play shoot 'em up. And for 1992, there weren't that many shoot 'em ups that I can think of at the time that were even close to a bullet hell status. This one might come closer than all the others. Super early on it might not be too bad, but like on the second level even, you'll start noticing some sort of a bullet hell type of gameplay. So it is a little bit harder than other shoot 'em ups of the time. We'll get started. It's otherwise playable. It's got decent music. It's got some nice power-ups. There will be certain enemies that you can destroy that will leave a floating power-up that will cycle through the different weapons. And you'll have giant planes to take down as well. And there is one of the power-ups. There will be a little square type of icon that will float around that can be released by some enemies, and that will allow you to upgrade your weapon. And the color blue will give you a laser or upgrade your laser. The color yellow will give you a spread shot or upgrade your spread shot, which is what I have now. And the color red will give you a fireball shot or upgrade your fireball shot. There will also be a missile icon that some enemies will release that will also float around and will also cycle through different colors. And you also have a bomb option fire or attack. But the missiles, if you collect it when it's blue, it will give you 4-way shot, which looks like an X shape. And we're approaching the first boss of the game. If you collect the green missile, that's several homing missiles at once. And if you collect it when it's purple, that gives you a missile cluster flying upward. And I'm using the I was using the laser shot. This game gives you rapid fire when you hold down the fire button. Keep that in mind. That is very, very, very useful. And that's the end of stage 1. You can also collect extra bombs. And you can also collect from some enemies bonus points, and there'll be little blue or white stars on a blue background. And there they are, you see them there. I collected another spread shot. I think you can only get like 3, maybe 4 total upgrades for a weapon. One other thing I like about this game is that you can collect a whole bunch of bombs. You know, have a nice big stock of bombs. You don't just get to collect like 2 or 3 or something, and then that's the most you can collect. You can collect a lot more than that, and hang on to them until you need them. But yeah, I was not able to get very far in this game without cheats. Whoops. Those giant missiles that come down, get out of the way if you can help it. Though if you do destroy them, they will give you a bunch of those blue stars that are bonus points. I'd never seen this in arcades, nor have I heard of it. Very silly name. Ah, crap. You will release a bomb on your next life. I declined to continue here. You get an opportunity to continue, but I did put in my initials.
Oh my god!
And you hear a goofy little kid's type of voice saying, "Oh my god," if you don't continue right away. Oh my god. Now, I don't know what the significance of those two pilots and the woman is. Do they all fly the same plane, or do none of them fly in the plane? Is one of those guys first player and the other guy the second player, and the woman just cheers him on from the ground? I don't know. See, it gets a little bit hectic at this point with all the enemy shots. I put on invincibility at this point because I wanted to get through the game quickly. We are looking at, I think, the fully powered up fireball shot. And again, that's the red floating power-up. And that power-up will cycle through with the red, which is the fireballs, the yellow, which is the spread shot, and the blue, which is the laser. What? Well, here is the second boss. It's this floating airship with multiple cannons on it. And note that when you get to the boss, you see this colored meter as you keep shooting the boss on either its cannons or its main cannon in the center. You'll see the colored bar start to drop one block. It seems to me that the strongest shot in the game is the powered up laser, and that is the blue one. And again, if you have bombs, you can use it to further cripple the boss. But yeah, this game gets to be kind of bullet hell a little earlier than you'd like it to. It's not bullet hell quite like some of the cave shooters, or like Armed Police Bat Rider, which is really notorious for bullet hell. But it's still pretty surprisingly harsh for 1992. Yeah, like I said, I've got invincibility on here. Yeah, the blue shot, the laser, takes a little longer to fire, or there's a little bit of respite right after it's fired, compared to the other weapon ups. Here we got some enemies coming out of the sand. But yeah, you can get both weapon power-ups, and you can get missile power-ups. And again, there will be a floating icon, and it looks like it says an H, and it cycles through the different colors, blue, green, and purple. Blue gives you a 4-way in an X shape, the missiles coming out of you that way. Green gives you several homing missiles to fire off, and these missiles will automatically fire as you fire your regular shot, so you don't have a secondary button or something to control the missiles. And then purple will fire a missile cluster upwards. And now here is the boss of stage number 3. There are 7 stages in this game. And once you beat them all, you will just play them all over again. I don't think that there is like a special ending or something once you beat all the levels through the second time. I think it just keeps cycling through the levels over and over again until you run out of lives. You can collect a rare icon that will let you automatically power up your shot. Like I said, it's a rare icon, and I think it was like yellow or something. It probably said max power up or something in very small letters. Maybe I didn't mention this yet, but you can continue to power up your missiles as well as your regular weapon. And you can power them up like probably 3 or 4 times or something maximum. But your missiles will like fire more often, or there'll be more missiles or something. You know, the more you power them up. And that's the end of stage 3. And here we're just going to look at the max power of. This is the laser, and it is the strongest when it's multiple or fully powered up. Like I said, it can shorten boss fights a lot quicker than you might realize. Another rare icon in the game that enemies might release is 1-up. Guy with the phrase, "Oh yeah." What is he, the Kool-Aid man? Well, I hope you're starting to get some nice summer weather. I'm really glad that I'm able to wear shorts to work. We might have like a couple days next week or something that are slight rain, but otherwise it's pretty much going to stay warm and like a little cloudy. Worse, there was my max power up icon that I collected, and yeah, if you accidentally collect a different power up than what you have, then I think that will start over at the beginning for that power-up. Yeah, I've never seen this before. I do not know why it is called Zing Zing Zip. And I don't always know what they say. Double green? I'm not sure. I put on not only invincible cheat, but at some points I put on like only have a certain type of weapon, and if I collect another icon or weapon icon when I have that cheat on, it won't change off to the other weapon. So you can cut a boss fight a little shorter if you have that fully powered up laser. And that is the end of stage 4. Yeah, you see the same cutscene between levels with the gal and the 2 guys. And again, I'm not sure what purpose they serve, if they are all the pilots, or if just those 2 guys are the pilots and she's not a pilot. If I were to guess, I would say that one of the guys is player number 1 and one of the guys is player number 2, and she just cheers them on, I guess. She's not an actual pilot. There's definitely some things to like about this shooter. The extreme difficulty at times isn't one, with all the bullet hell that can go on in this game. I mean, if not out and out bullet hell, just kind of irritating how many shots can litter the screen. And yeah, for 1992 was probably a lot harder than just about every other shoot 'em up at the time. My favorite shoot 'em ups around that time were the Aero Fighters series, and Gunbird came out a little later. I liked that one a lot. Some of the later Raiden games were pretty good. And we'll just scoot forward to me beating this boss. Tell what he said. I'm a hero? Maybe. But yeah, Allumer created this game and licensed it to Tecmo. Allumer was best known probably for the game Gladiator from 1986, which was licensed to Taito. And that was just a scrolling hack and slash type of game with kind of an interesting twist of you controlling their high, medium, and low strikes. Interesting little game. It wasn't too bad. I kind of liked it. Allumer also made a game that I'm planning on reviewing sometime soon. It's called Landia, and it is a sequel to Gladiator. Yeah, you gotta watch how you go around those guys. You can get killed running into their arms or whatever that is that's snaking out. But Landia is a beat 'em up with characters from the game Gladiator. From what I'd seen, it looks terrible. But I'll do a video review of that one sometime. Double green. I really don't know what he says there. I've got the X-shaped missiles, or the ones that fly out in an X pattern from me. Yeah, if you can get the laser and power it up, then it can cut boss fights pretty short. But remember that this game has rapid fire. Just hold down the fire button and let it fly. And we're almost to the last stage. Here we go. And again, the game will just repeat all the stages. As far as I know, just over and over and over. Once you beat them again, just start them back at the beginning. There are just times when the shots just are all over the place and they fly at you fast. Very, very, very difficult to shoot 'em up for 1992. I'll admit, I for some reason I kind of liked having games with at least 2-word titles, and each word starting with the same letter. And I had nearly every a game for those requirements. I didn't have Z yet, and now I do. Zing Zing Zip. What a bizarre title. I don't know why they chose that, but whatever. Yeah, we'll just look at snippets here of this last level. Scoot forward to the boss fight. Whoopee! What? Yeah, now it starts kind of venturing into bullet hell territory here. Yeah, a lot of the cave shooters, the shooters from the company Cave, were bullet hell, and
Come on, Joey B.
fortunately, I think the bullets were generally pretty slow, but they were still very hard to avoid. And that is the end of Zing Zing Zip, and we'll just see an ending screen here, but then we will start all the levels over again, and I think it's just endless until you run out of lives. But that was Zing Zing Zip by Allumer and licensed to Tecmo in 1992. So we just start everything back over. The enemies will shoot more often. Their shots will be faster. Whoa, jeez. But hope you enjoy the upcoming weekend.
Joey B.
Double green. Oh, I've got the blue laser shot. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Well, that was Zing Zing Zip by Allumer and licensed to Taito in 1992. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80s, and thanks for watching Zing Zing Zip by Allumer and Tecmo in 1992. Hope you have a good one, and I will catch you later with my next video. Y'all take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.